Well, that was the perfect stopping place for that music. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Wednesday, people of the stream. Hi. How's everybody doing? So over on Twitch, we've got Anita and Sophia, and I think there are a few other people who are lurking. And on YouTube, Alicia has said hello. Alicia says, wait a minute, let me go back. Hang on. Y'all can't see the stream chat yet because it hasn't really been going. Let's see. Let me scroll all the way back to the beginning. Sophia says, we have moved all the old people to their new ward. There has been a lot of unhappiness, but at least a few of them are very happy. And I expect the ones that are unhappy will probably get happier. And Sophia's going to lie down on her bed for the first sprint, and then we'll write, followed by a shower. You are so well planned. Anita says, hi, it's been an odd week so far. Alicia says, hello, Vanessa. Happy Wednesday. Just joining. We'll be doing my spinner wheel tasks during these sprints. I love that. And I said to Anita, you doing okay? And I welcomed in Alicia and said, I love that you have a spinner. And I do. I think that's brilliant. Is your spinner like a physical spinner, or do you use something online where you can like put in what each spinner tab thing would be? Sometimes it's the only way for me to get the task done. I think that's brilliant. Let's see. Anita says, I'm fine, but the video stuff I've been doing this week has been going sideways. I'm so sorry. Fucking technology, man. And Emily has joined us over on YouTube. Hello, Emily. Emily says, gonna try and get some words down for the first sprint. Probably have to leave after that. Busy day. I understand that completely. My Monday was insanely busy. Like, I was driving all over Atlanta, and then I came home. I had just enough time to have dinner. And then I had to go and get ready for the late night news, and then I had to do the late night news. So it was like Monday was super busy for me, so I get that. So I hope you are taking some time to make sure you're okay. Anita said, yesterday's stream where I was co-host had a weird audio lag, and now the trope or not to trope stream has been postponed. Ugh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Alicia says, it's something online. I Googled picker wheel and input the task, whatever spins I do. That's cool. That's cool. Only if for a page. Daniela has joined us. Hello, Daniela. She says, hey, Vanessa and everyone, I'm going to do some admin and figure out what to make for dinner. Excellent plan, my friend. Excellent plan. So I have given up on I have so much to do. I have kind of given up on trying to, like, when I did my weekly planning, yesterday, because I was too busy to do it, Sunday and Monday, because I had a convention over the weekend, and I got home on Sunday just in time to eat dinner and then do the TWT Zoom discussion, and then I was spent after that. Because I didn't have time to do my weekly planning on Sunday or Monday, I was working on it yesterday, and I just opened up I put out my weekly page that I usually assign stuff to, and I put in my appointments, which I always do in this column, and then I was just I don't know what I'm gonna do what day. I do not have the spoons to try to figure it out. So I just made a great big old list, and I'm trying to muddle through it, but I'm trying to take time every day to do some writing. I hadn't done any writing in a week because last week was busy, and I'd just done a little bit here and there. So I did some writing, a little bit of writing last night. I think I got about 400 words. And then today I've been going back and rereading some of the older stuff because one of the main thing in this book is in this story is a book, and it is multiple things. It is a book, it is a captain's log, and it is also a magical grimoire. And I wasn't sure, because it had been such a long time since I wrote, it had been several months since I wrote the early parts. I wasn't sure if I had already, like, my characters had already discovered that it's a grimoire. But they have. So, because I need to know what to refer, how to refer to it, you know. So now knowing that they do know that. So I'm just like reading through some of the older scenes. I'm almost done. I've got, I think, 4 more scenes to read through. So, so yeah, so then I finished, yesterday I finished a scene. It was a fun scene. It was, the, antagonist has, been introduced to the book. So, and he's someone from the main character's past as well. So, so yeah, so it was a fun scene to write, and now I have to figure out, like, I have this book outlined, but I'm, of course, every single scene is like diverging from the outline in some way. So, so I got to figure out what I had planned for the next scene and whether it actually fits now, and how it fits or what I need to change. Anyway, so I'm reading through a couple more scenes and then I'm going to work on that. All right. Who else wants to let us know what they're working on? Alicia, did you spin the picker wheel? What did you end up with? Okay. So let me know what you're working on. The convention last weekend was good. It was fun. It was, I feel really bad. It's a very small convention anyway, and their attendance was clearly way down. And I also noticed, like, I had a lot more cash transactions than card transactions. Like, a lot more cash transactions than I usually have. And that tells me people are taking out a certain amount of money, and once that money is gone, they're done spending. And so, yeah, that was super weird. But it wasn't near, like, I made my table fee back and not too much more than that. So, so yeah, I'm concerned about this particular con. It's a good little con, but it's very niche. And it's a steampunk con. And other things are welcome. It's not like, you know, other stuff isn't welcome, but it's a very niche con. So I'm kind of afraid for its future. So, Kelly Lynn Colby has arrived, and she says, "Happy time zone, my friends. I'm eating breakfast and then walking the puppy." Lovely, Cora. Anita says, "I'm working on some emails and a flash fiction story, plus the Hayward and Anderson story." See, and I'm going to start taking a page out of your playbook. And one of my things is I'm working on one story, and I have so many other stories, and I feel bad because, like fans are waiting for the last story of the series, and I have a publisher who I've owed a book for years at this point and just haven't gotten it together enough to finish it. And so I want to start, once I get the other stuff, like the convention stuff in my life back up, like caught up and stuff like that, and the other things I have not been effectively working on, I want to start being like, all right, I'm done working on this project today. I'm going to work on this other project today. I want to be more like Anita. That's what I'm going to try. All right. Alicia is about to spin. She has 13 tasks, and she is starting off with dishes. Not my favorite task, but it's one of those things that when you do it, you feel better because it doesn't look as bad. So, all right. So Alicia's going to work on dishes. Excellent. Okay. So shall we get into it, y'all? I have 20 minutes on the clock, so let's get started. Okay, y'all, that's the first sprint. How'd you do? I've fiddled around with the font size on the chat that's on the screen. Let me know if you guys can see that a little better than you were able to before. I'm not sure. It's hard for me to gauge whether it's gotten bigger or not because it's just harder to gauge. It seems also like it's stretched out long ways, and I haven't figured out how to fix that. Let's see. Molly joined us over on YouTube, and she says, "Hey all, if anyone here is not currently subscribed to Books and Things with Alicia, please sub so she can get to 500 and we can have a Discord." Although I will say that Alicia did confess that she'll do the Discord as soon as she's done putting it together. But still, go follow her because she does morning sprints and evening reading sprints and all kinds of cool stuff. So definitely give her a follow. Welcome in, Molly, my friend. Rachel Taylor also joined us over on Twitch. She is going to be working on Halo the book, but she's also got meetings and other interruptions, so she'll be in and out. And she said she worked for 15 minutes, but that's all I'm going to get for the moment because I just had a day job 911 call come in. I'm so sorry, friend. Ariel is here on Twitch. Hello, Ariel. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Emily got 530 words. Yes. 530 words, but yeah, I'm gonna head out now. Good luck, everyone, writing today. Bye, Em. We'll see you later. I got to see Emily last weekend. She was at the con for, I think it was Sunday. She came in for an hour or two, so I got to see her in person. Sophia read some fanfic, and now we'll deal with chapter 6 of her awesome old thing. I love it when you find old writing and you're like, oh my god, this is really good. And Anita got an email sent. Yes. Yes. So I feel, Sophia, look at the size of the print on screen. Does that look better to you than it did before? Let me know. So I did some more, I fiddled with that for probably the first, not quite 10 minutes. Yeah, I think it's much better now. Yay! It's weird because they've got like a slider for the font on the regular settings, and so it was already big as it could be, and so but then in the advanced settings it lets you change the font size of both the name and the text, and I'm like, why don't you just have that? No, that doesn't make sense. Whatever. Let's see. Ariel says doing pretty good, wrapping up a practice test. And then I need to figure out the backstory for a side character in my work in progress. Yay! Sophia can actually read what the YouTube crowd is saying. Yes! She says, hi, YouTube! Alicia says, my dishes are done. You did it. And got some popcorn or snacks. Nice, nice. Excellent. My current... well, I don't think I have any here. Do I have a bag in here? I don't think I do. So this past year or so, I've been really into Pop Daddy snacks. Pop Daddy does all of these. If you've been at a convention with me, you've probably been offered some Pop Daddy pretzels. But they make flavored pretzels in all kinds of really good flavors, both savory and sweet. So they're great. Just Google Pop Daddy snacks and you'll find them. Music options. Well, let's look. All right. Music options today are my liked music, alternative, which is what we were listening to at the beginning, drum and bass, emo, folk, hard dance, hip hop, chill pop, chiptune, Christian, which we're not listening to, and EDM. So those are your options. There's something... Is it this? Oh, it's this. Okay. My phone was doing this weird alarm vibrate thing, and I couldn't figure out what that was. Chiptune. All right. So we will have music in the next sprint. All right, let me find chiptune. Let me cue it up here. All right. So we're going to be doing chiptune, which is gaming music. So thank you, Sophia, for that purchase. All right, and as a heads up for those of you who are on Twitch, if you buy something from the rewards panel and I don't mention it, say something in the chat, because when I'm over on the multi-stream tab, which is where I can see the YouTube chat, it doesn't show me, it'll only show me stuff that you bought if you put like a comment on it, like Sophia did with her music selection. That then I see the comment, but I don't necessarily, you know, like I have to pop back over to the Twitch chat tab in order to see if something's been purchased. So if you purchase something and I do not acknowledge it, just drop a note in the chat for me. I do try to bounce back, but it's hard to, you know, sometimes I don't think to do it. Let's see. Rachel says, great, because what I need in life is another snack to be addicted to. You're welcome. My go-to is jalapeno Cheetos. So Pop Daddy Snacks they just started doing like Cheeto, like puffed and crunchy, and they're like cheddar cheese one. Oh my God, it's so good. It is so good. I make my daughter hide them in her bedroom so I won't go crazy. I'm off to Google Pop Daddy. Yeah, and the cool thing about Pop Daddy is it's actually really economical. Like you get these big bags, and they're mostly pretzel sticks, but there are some other shapes as well in certain flavors. But they've got things like Maui sweet onion and birthday cake. They've got a strawberry shortcake one that is super addictive. One of my favorites is their Mexican street corn flavor. I love that one. And their Gouda cheese. So good. Smoked Gouda. It's so good. All right. Anyway, I'm making myself hungry. Daniela went through their emails and wrote down on the calendar when to cancel subscription trials. Very important. I have that on mine too. I have it on my Notion list. And I always give myself a week in case I haven't checked the Notion list in a little while. I have a task list where I can schedule different things and stuff. Yes, that is incredibly important. And then my brother called me right as the sprint was ending, but it was quick. Hello, brother. Alicia says, next spinner wheel task, son's Valentine Day card goodie bag. Nice. I like it. I like it. All right, we're going to do another sprint. The cat is wanting food. My cat is being real temperamental today. She has not eaten any of the food I've put down for her, and I've tried not all the flavors, but I've tried several of the flavors she likes, and I know she likes, and she's just, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so the beginning of this sprint, I'm just about done with my drink, and I need to go and refill, and I need to give her see if I can find some food she'll eat. So I'm going to be gone for probably the first 5 or so minutes of the sprint. I'll be off camera, but I will be back. All right, y'all ready? We're going to have music this round. Don't forget. Here we go. All right, y'all, that's the second sprint. Second sprint. I had to go. Oh, wait, I accidentally stopped the. I started the timer again, like a dummy. Oh, hey, we leveled up. Oh, wrong thing. Yay! Level 171. All right. How'd everybody do that round? I'm glad y'all were digging music. Thank you, Sophia, for that reward redeem. Like I said, had to go off camera for a bit, and I fed the cat, and she ate a little bit of the newer food I put down, and then she went to one of the older dish, and ate on that a little bit. I don't understand her. Anyway, and then I came back up, and I got sidetracked by a post in the TWT Facebook group, and then I stopped doing that because it was too distracting, and then I went back to reading my manuscript. So I'm still reading that, but I should finish up in the first couple minutes in the next sprint. Let's see how everybody did. Let me know in the chat. Anita is still working on emails, trying to get a podcast scheduled. That's always like hard, getting people's schedules together. Sophia worked on edits, going well because this one doesn't have as many issues as the earlier one. But this is definitely some of the biggest edits I've ever had to do in a story. And I'm worried I'm missing some ripple effects. And that's okay, because you're going to go through it again. So trust future Sophia. She will catch them. Ariel created a list of ideas for her side character's backstory and now can start brainstorming. I like it. I like it. Daniela signed up for a lot of events for her teaching side hustle for this spring. We teach women IT skills. That is awesome. So I was putting all of them on my calendar. Excellent. Alicia got everything set up for Valentine's Day cards for the kiddo and got started with 4 cards before the sprint ended. Awesome. How many do you have to do altogether? Sophia says, yeah. And again, and again, and again. Yes. You have to go through it multiple times. That's the part I hate about writing. I hate having to go through the damn story so many fucking times. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm very yawny today. And Ariel says, nice. We need more women in tech. And today is apparently Women in Science Day. So not exactly the same as tech, but, you know, lots of overlap there. So Anita says, it doesn't help that I'm dealing with a publicist either, but at least this one is competent. Yeah, because it's like playing a fucking game of telephone. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh. Yeah, I hate that. So, all right. So we get a little break, y'all. We get a little breaky break. And since I've already refilled my tea and used the bathroom, and I'm not eating right now, I'm just going to sit and hang out. I actually am going to show y'all the little book haul I got at the convention. But if you need something to eat, you need something to drink, you need to use the facilities, this is a perfect time to do that. We've set that time aside. And let's see, if you've been sitting this whole time, you've been with me for 1 or more sprints, you've been sitting the whole time, please get up out of your chair and move around a little bit while we chat, because it will be good for your body. Also, quick reminder, if you haven't taken your meds yet, and you should have taken your meds by now, please take your meds. Save your work. All that. Okay, so I'm going to put the 5 minutes on the red timer, and then I'm going to put the red timer on here. Doot. There we go, so y'all can see the time. So, the first book, well, I don't know, these are just in order. So the first book is this one. It is called Blood Rock. It is by Anthony Francis. It's an urban fantasy. It's book 2 of his Skin Dancer series. So I obviously already have book 1, and he happened to be there, so I grabbed book 2. Yeah, so it's an urban fantasy set here in Atlanta about vampires and stuff like, you know, my thing. And also tattoos, which I think is fun, because that is kind of what I'm also writing about magic with tattoos, which I think is kind of cool. So, yeah, so this is the Dakota Frost series. I mean, that's not what it's called, but that's the main character, Dakota Frost. And I absolutely love the covers. The third book's cover, which I didn't buy the third book yet. The third book's cover is freaking awesome. All right. And I believe he's just gotten his rights back. These were originally published through Bell Books. That is closing, and they're doing it right. They're not just like shutting everything down and walking away. Deb Dixon, who you guys may know from the book Goals, Motivations, and Conflict. Is that Goals, Motivation, and Conflict. She's the one who wrote that book. She runs Bell Books, but she's retiring. So he's getting all of his rights back. So these will have new covers soon. All right. The next one is Hollis McCollum. And it is by Hollis McCollum. It is To Save a World. And it is fantasy. Hang on. It is a fantasy. And I don't know that much about it. But she was the one who... Oh, I haven't told you guys about it. I left it in the bedroom. Dang it. So there was somebody at the convention who was selling body butter and cuticle oil and stuff like that. And she was selling with Hollis because she made specific scents for the body butter based on the characters in the book. So they each have their own specific scent. And so I bought one, and let me tell you, this body butter is awesome. It's like shea butter and coconut oil and like all kinds of stuff. And oh my God, it makes your skin feel so good. It's currently in the bedroom because I used it last night to do my legs. So, but it is so, so good. They were positioned like when I had to go to the bathroom, like I would have to pass them. They were like on that hallway. And so, and they had a bunch of samplers out, a bunch of testers out. And so when I would come back, I would stop after washing my hands because, and hotel air is really dry anyway. So anyway, they had a deal where if you buy the book and you get the thing, you get it, and you get one of the little body butters, big body butters, there was a discount. And I was like, yes, a book and this amazing stuff for my skin. Yes, I will do that. Let me see. Let me catch up. I'll show you the last book here in a second. Alicia says I have to do about 40 to 42 cards for both kids. Like, is that both kids combined, or you have to do 40 to 42 cards for each kid? That's a lot of freaking cards. Both classes and both teachers. Jeez. Whew. Sophia says, but the real question is, how far are you away from getting Murderbot? I think it's still like 5 weeks, which is good because I don't have time to read it right now. Let me see. 5 weeks. Yep, I'm 5th in line. So, 5 weeks. I did finish a book this weekend, though. I finished the audiobook I was listening to, An Unkindest Tide by Shauna McGuire. I finished that. All right, so the last book I actually got for a friend of mine. It is called, what is it called? Stolen Histories, and it's by B.R. Michaels. And I love that cover. I think that cover is freaking gorgeous. But it is also, it's fantasy, but I believe it's the main character, but I'm not positive, is deaf. And so I have a friend, my best friend from high school, who is hard of hearing and losing more hearing over time. So she's effectively at this point just about legally deaf. So so I got this for her. So we'll see. We'll see if she likes it. So I'm going to send that to her, I don't know, sometime in the next week or two. All right. Sophia says, so that's my book haul from Con Possible. Sophia says, improvements. I think you were 9th last time I asked. Yeah. It started out as something like 16 weeks or something crazy. Alicia says, yeah, that is all together. Both kids, one has 19, including the teacher, and the other has 23, including 2 teachers. Got it. Okay, well, that feels a little bit more doable. Because if you'd had to do like 40 per kid, whoo, girl, you would not get that done this week. Sophia says, also that book absolutely should be busy, so all is right in the world. Yes. I've also got Raven Scholar. I get Raven Scholar before that one. So I think I've only got a couple weeks left on Raven Scholar. 4 weeks on Raven Scholar, 5 weeks on Murderbot. And then I currently have the Book of Doors, which I guess Alicia and Kelly are going to start reading in about 2 weeks. It is like I'm next in line, but like I got access to it earlier, but I didn't want to use up my, I didn't want to read it early, and I didn't want to use up having it. So it's now currently suspended for about another week, and then I'll unsuspend it. Let's see. Alicia says, oh, I would get it done, but be exhausted. Yes, and we don't want that. There's enough exhaustion. You don't need extra exhaustion. So, all right. Our little break is over. So let me put the timer away. There we go. Let's see. Alicia says they are doing it tomorrow since they have Friday off. Well, those are some lucky ducks having Friday off. That's cool. All right. Shall we get back into it? I'm going to finish reading these last couple, like 2.5 scenes. And then we will see if I'm ready to get into the writing piece. So, y'all ready? Shall we get going? 20 minutes on the clock, y'all. Let's do it. Here we go. All right, that sprint is over. I did not get hardly anything done, writing related, because I had to respond to an email. Sometimes it's hard to have someone above you in the chain of command that does not understand technology very well, because then they're like, why are you doing this? And you're like, because it makes life easier. And they're like, but you're confusing people. And it's like one person out of 120 were confused. And she was only confused because she had forgotten a thing and she did not read the email properly. So, and then the person I'm talking to is like, but you shouldn't, you're confusing them. You don't need to do that. And it's just like, I'm not going to spend 2 hours over like multiple times to do a thing that will take each of them individually 5 seconds to do. I'm not doing that. I've automated it. So, you know, they can do it or not do it. It's entirely up to them. So, yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry that, you know, she was confused, but she was literally there was one other one other person who was a little confused, and he sent me an email and I responded to his email, and he had a valid point for his confusion. And it's just like, okay, that's a thing I need to remember going forward. She just didn't read the fucking email and freaked out. So, and then sent an email to the person above me. So, yeah, that was annoying. Okay, and now I'm afraid the person above me, because she doesn't understand how any of this works, is going to be like, no, you can't do that anymore. And I'm just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. Fucking fire me. Okay. Alicia says that they have Friday off because it's State Fair Day. That is so goofy. Like, we can't. Oh, anyway. All right. But I think it's awesome. Are you guys going to go to the State Fair on State Fair Day? Sophia got her chapter edited, and that's 2 for today. Good job. She has 4 left. Hopes to be done by next new moon, which is on Tuesday. I like it. I like it. Anita is still in email hell. You and me both, my friend. Daniela says, dinner's in the oven. I'm making roasted sweet potatoes and chickpeas with spinach and tahini dressing. That sounds delicious. Mandy is here over on Twitch. Huzzah, welcome in, Mandy. She's walking the dog. Daniela says, good job automating stuff. Haters will be haters. Yeah, but she's the person above me in the hierarchy. So, yeah. And the thing is, the person who was confused, so it's a big name author. It's his assistant. And I emailed with her last year about it. And, it's just like, why didn't you just, all you had to do was reply to that email and go, I don't understand. And I would have explained it. But I guess the thing is that big names don't often actually put their application in, or maybe they're contacted directly to put their application in. And I guess they weren't or something, because I think her confusion was that she thought it was an invitation to apply, and it wasn't. It was, hey, if you've already been accepted, hit this button and put your email in there. That's it. That is literally it. Let's see. Alicia got the cards finished in her son's class and now putting the goodie bags together. Yay! Each bag gets the name written on it, and inside is a card, pencil, eraser, mini bubbles, fruit snacks, mini Kit Kat, and gummy bears. Nice! Sophia says, I too have Friday off because I fucking say so. Amen, sister. Amen. Mandy drove 5 hours yesterday, but have my Manu. I don't know what that means. Alicia says, we also have a strawberry festival day. Do you get that day off too? Probably not the state fair, but we do have plans that day. I mean, I wouldn't go to the state fair. I'd make my own plans. Sophia says, I made lentil tandoori pierogi today. What? It never even occurred to me to make tandoori pierogi. I love pierogi. Oh my God, I'll eat almost any kind of pierogi. It was delicious, and I ended up getting half the filling left over, so now there's leftover filling in my freezer, which feels like just endless possibilities for good food in the future. That's because it is. That's because it is. Oh, manuscript. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's right, because you're doing like paper manuscript edits. It sounds like, yeah, I remember reading your post in the Facebook group. And that's so weird. I have never in my entire professional career done paper edits. It's always been digital. So that's interesting. Alicia says, yeah, we do get the day off for the Strawberry Festival Day. That's so weird. Sophia's hopping in the shower. Okay. Happy wetness. Enjoy. Mandy says, oh, I have frozen pau de quiejo. Quiejo? I don't know what that is either. Ready to make. Yep, my volunteer editor needed it hard copy. Gotcha. Ariel looked at stuff she wants for her birthday. When's your birthday, Ariel? Not that I'm going to get you anything, I'm sorry. Although I did buy my husband's birthday gift. And I told him. His birthday's not till July. His birthday is July 15th. And on July 13th, Paul Simon is going to be in concert. And he loves Paul Simon. So I bought him 2 tickets. I don't love Paul Simon, but I love my husband, so I will go with him. But he doesn't know it's a secret. Okay. Mandy says, Pon de queso. Queso? Is that right? Queso? Anyway, Ariel's birthday is next Sunday. Happy early birthday, friend. Brazilian cheese bread balls. I feel like I enjoy every word in that description. I would eat them. I would put them in my face. Let me tell you, at Compossible this weekend, so they've got a tea room where you can get tea and snacks and little lunchtime sandwiches and stuff like that. And for vendors, you get free access. They had matzo balls. They had them on Monday, on Saturday and Sunday. And they were amazing both days. The Saturday ones, they were vegan, and they were so tasty. Like, just so good. Sunday were good also, but I don't know what was different about Sunday. But, oh my God, they were so good. Let's see. Ariel says, that's exciting. Well, for him at least. Yeah, I did that for him years ago when Simon and Garfunkel were on their final farewell tour together or whatever, because they don't get along well. And so we had gone to that too. Yeah, that will be fun for him. Yes, thank you, Alicia. Oh, your hubby, he's a July baby too. Yay! And when is his birthday? Alicia, when in July? Alicia says, happy early birthday to Ariel. Look at you guys, cross-platform birthday wishes. That's what we like. Mandy says, can be bite-sized or 2 bite-sized, and they're amazingly fresh. Well, they're making me hungry right now. Speaking of which, I should probably get lunch. Let's see. Daniela says, last year I went to a concert on my birthday, and it was the best. Patti Smith, that must have been rockin', man. So I think it's an excellent gift. And my birthday is also in July. When's your birthday in July? Ariel says, thank you. I'm turning 35. The age is serious, but I'm not. Actually, the age isn't really that serious. Man, such a baby you are. I love it. Mandy says, naturally gluten-free as they're made from with tapioca flour. Nice. Nice. His birthday is on the 26th. And Alicia also needs lunch. Yes. So actually, that's probably a good idea. I'm going to kind of ignore my email for now. And I will go get some, the beginning of the sprint, I'm going to go get some lunch. I'm probably just going to get a Lunchable because it's easy. And then I'm going to read while I'm eating. Daniela's is the 19th. also turning 35. Clearly, this is a great crowd, right? So, Danielle, you're just a few days after my husband. That's cool. Mandy needs breakfast. Girl, it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's lunch, even though it's your first meal of the day. But, I'm the same way, right? I'm the same way. I ate breakfast at like 11:15 and it was peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So, all right. But we're going to go ahead and start the sprint. I've got 20 minutes. I'm going to go off camera for the first couple minutes to grab my lunch, and then I'll be right back. All right. Y'all ready? Let's go. There we go. All right, y'all. That sprint is done. I had my lunch. My tummy feels better. And I've been reading through this fun scene. And I've actually been doing some edits as I've been going because I recognized I needed to add some little things here and there. And I reworked a couple sentences. So I've added a total of about 100 words so far, just with this piece. So, Sophia realized she has the evening shift tomorrow, so she can just shower in the morning instead. So, huzzah. Which is good, because somehow she ended up changing into her pajamas instead of going into the shower. I mean, I feel like that was the universe giving you a pass. Sometimes that just happens. And Fiona's like, 100%? Yep, that's true. So how'd everybody do that round? I think we get another break. Pretty sure. I'm like getting all my stuff, like all of like getting my drink, getting my food, all that. Like I've been doing it off of breaks for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But I do think we get a break this round. Or did we just have a break? No, it's 2 o'clock. It's time for a break. Am I doing Zoom on Friday? Yes. That is the plan. And if you want to do sprints tomorrow, it would be your early afternoon, I think. Early or mid-afternoon. I don't know what time you're going in. But let me grab Kelly's YouTube. Let me grab Kelly's YouTube channel real quick. Or I'll just give you... Is tomorrow the 12th? Yeah, tomorrow's the 12th. I'll give you a link to the one that they do in the morning. So 1 o'clock. So it'll probably be already... You'll probably already be gone. Never mind. But I'll put the link anyway in the YouTube channel. No, I'll put it in both. So, Kelly and Alicia do sprints every weekday morning from 9 a.m. Eastern time until about noon, about 11:30 or noon. And that's usually where I am in the morning. So if you guys want to check it out, I put the link in the chat. So yeah. Yeah, it's a fun, it's a nice way to start your mornings, in my experience. Mandy made coffee and ate, started the cheesy bread, and resubscribed to the channel. Thank you, friend. You're awesome. Anita may have escaped email hell and navigated social media posting hell, and now might be able to write. Huzzah! Gonna give you a little cheer. There you go, Anita. That's for you. I will see you Friday, Sophia. Yeah, that seems like a pretty long shift. I'm so sorry. Alicia spun the wheel again twice, and funny enough, I got to eat lunch and then doing daughter's Valentine's Day cards. Clearly the universe is batching for you. So, yes, morning pirates riding sprints. That's right, Alicia. I'm totally pimping y'all. Totally pimping y'all. Kelly, speak of the devil, Kelly Colby has joined us again over on YouTube. I just pimped you guys out, Kelly. Dog has been walked, eating a snack, then finishing The Weight of Blood. And I need to finish that video log. All right. Sophia's off. Bye, Sophia. Sweet dreams. Enjoy your night. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let's take a little breaky break. Kelly, you're just in time for the break. Great job. So we are going to take a quick break. If you need something to eat, you need something to drink, you need to use the facilities, this is the time we set aside for that. So feel free to run off and do those things. If you've been sitting this whole time, please get up out of your chair, move your body a little bit so you don't get too stiff. Also, if you haven't taken your meds yet, and you should have taken your meds by now, take your damn meds. Take your meds. Take them. They make your life better. Take your meds. All right. I'm done with that. I have 2 more pills. I'm going to take them right now, y'all. And then I get to scratch that off my list. Kelly got to 700 followers. Huzzah! also, you're taking over the world. Taking over the world. Congratulations, Kelly. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. Yay. Oh, excuse me. All right. I am going to be right back. I think I'm going to top off my tea. I've got a little less than half a cup, so I'm going to top off my tea, and then I'll be right back. All right? So y'all be right back. We'll meet back here in 5. Okay? Be right back, y'all. Alright, I'm pause it right there. I have returned, except, you know what? I left my cup on the bookshelf. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. Alright. I came up and I set my tea on the bookshelf by the door so I can go in and use the bathroom real quick, and then I forgot to grab my tea when I came all the way in the room. Because that's how things go these days. So, I have my little Mary Poppins Funko here. Usually she lives back here. I mean, not back there. Usually she lives up here. Whoop. Come on now. Stay up. So last night I recorded a panel for Continual about feel-good movies. And Mary Poppins is one of my feel-good movies. So that was nice. So, okay, this is not straight. Okay. What else is going on? It feels nice to have a day where I'm not running all over the universe. It was such a busy few days. between the convention, because I didn't stay at the hotel at the convention. I actually drove in and out, and it was like, with no traffic, it's about 35 minutes. With normal traffic, it's about 45 minutes. And during rush hour, which I didn't have to drive through, it's usually an hour. So it was not close by, but it was nice because, like, Holly went with me, so I would swing by her house and pick her up. She would go and get coffee at Rev, which is a little indie coffee shop that's like within walking distance of her apartment. And and then she'd be back at her apartment, and I'd pick her up, and we'd have coffee in the car while we're driving, and we'd have little they make these cheddar bacon muffins that are so good. And so then we'd get to the place, we'd set up the table or reset up the table, and then we'd sit and have breakfast. So yes, Mandy took her meds. Yes, I get to cross that off my list. You get to cross that off your list too, friend. All right. Shall we get back into it? Shall we get back into it, y'all? Okay. We've got 20 minutes on the clock again. I may go late today because I'm feeling pretty motivated. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel in, like, 45 minutes. We'll see how I feel then. All right, but let's go ahead and get into it. I've got 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Okay, y'all. That's another sprint. I think we'll do at least one extra sprint today. So we'll do two more. I'll see how I feel after this sprint to see if I want to do another one, you know. So yeah, so we're going to do at least two more. So, how did you do? How did you do? I'm still reading through, but I'm also doing some edits as I go, in part because I'm updating some pieces that have to do with how the book is referred to in the story, like I said, and then just doing some little things. So I've altogether, I've added 181 words to the book so far. So how did you guys do out there? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Anita went back into another minor email hell. I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. All right. Who else? Who else? Man, yeah, email. I'm putting off email hell. I have multiple email boxes that I've been ignoring my emails in. Alicia says, I hyper-focused on the Valentine's Day stuff for daughter, so no lunch, but the cards are done. Bags are ready, just have to fill them up. Good job! Huzzah! I will have to go get the kids soon from school. Grab yourself something to eat real quick, Alicia. Get at least something on your stomach since you missed lunch, even if it's like a piece of fruit or a cookie or something. Hubby is on the plane home. I was like, on the way home? No, on the plane. I forgot. He's at the airport. And fingers crossed that his car starts properly. As someone who just went through an issue with her battery dying, and especially with as cold as it was, yeah, that was a big pain in the ass. That was like the Sunday before last. Daniela ate dinner and was figuring out a freelance project. How was dinner? Because it sounded delicious, and I just need that confirmation that it was. Yes, plain. I got it, Alicia. I'm fluent in typo, both written and spoken. So yes, I worked it out as I was reading it. All right. Who else wants to check in? Check in. I'm gonna finish reading and doing minor edits to the end of what I wrote, which is the current scene I'm in, and then I absolutely need to shift over to other stuff because I actually have a story I'm beta reading for a friend, and she sent it to me on Thursday of last week while I was getting ready for the con, and I tried to get to it, and I got a couple pages in, and I was like, I need to finish this next week. So, and I didn't obviously have time to do it Monday because I was driving all over Atlanta. And then yesterday I needed to get caught up on a couple things from not doing stuff for like 5 days. So, I've got a couple small things I want to do, and then I want to get into working on that beta read. Daniela confirmed that dinner was indeed delicious. Oh, it sounds so good. We had really good dinner the last couple nights. Monday, I had taken my mom to her oncologist appointment. Good news there is that her cancer is gone for now. The radiation we did last year did its job. There are a bunch of small nodules that they're just keeping an eye on. But there's one nodule that's bigger than the others, but it hasn't grown at all in the last couple years. So they're just keeping an eye on it. I need to do that today. I have to call the imaging center and make an appointment for 3 months from now, so that we can get her next follow-up CT scan. So that's good news. Huzzah! Let's see. Alicia says, I may just grab some snacks and head out. All right, as long as you've got something that you can nourish your body with. Wish I had time to make more coffee because butterbeer coffee creamer. What? That sounds delicious too. Mandy realized that since I don't need a mic, I can use these headphones untethered. They're twitchy on Zoom. Everything's twitchy on Zoom. Zoom would be named Twitch if Twitch wasn't already named Twitch. So, but Alicia will grab a water. Good, 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 good. Mandy says, so Bluetooth instead of trying to use too short an auxiliary cable. Yes, 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 yes. Good, good, good. I'm so glad. Huzzah. All right. Speaking of work, shall we get back into it? All right, I'm going to finish reading this scene and adding whatever things I need to add to it. Then I'm going to call... Actually, I'm going to call the imaging center first because I want to get that done and on the calendar because otherwise I will forget. Alicia says of the butterbeer coffee creamer that it is absolutely delicious. It sounds delicious, my friend. That reminds me, I have to make oat milk tomorrow. Mandy says, congratulations to your mom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alicia says, yeah, we'll take some apple slices, water, and a Go-Gurt. Perfect. Excellent. Protein and fruit. Love it. All right, we're going to get back into it. Alicia, when you do head out, safe travels. Feel free to check in when you get back. We may or may not be here. I will say thanks for the sprint just in case I'm not back before you end. All right, be careful out there. And enjoy the kids. All right, y'all ready? We're going to get back into it. Here we go. Oh, before I mute, you'll see me talking because I'm going to be on the phone. Don't be alarmed. Whoops. I missed it. I missed the timer. Sorry, I'm eating a raisinette. All right, how'd everybody do? Hang on. I need to message my mom. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I am on the very last scene that I have written. I've got about 500 more words to read, but I've added a total of 223 words, so that's good. How'd everybody do that round? This upcoming sprint is going to be the last sprint of the stream because I've got a couple things I need to do away from the desk, and it doesn't make sense to keep the stream going. So we'll do one more 20-minute sprint and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so those of you on Twitch, do you want me to raid or do you want me to close down? If you want to continue working with another streamer who's sprinting or otherwise working, let me know. If you feel like you're just going to leave when I'm done, let me know that too, because I'm not going to go through the rigmarole of finding somebody to raid and then doing all the things if nobody's going to go. So let me know in the chat. Let's see. Fiona has discovered that she has a problem with commas. It's okay, Mandy. Lots of people do. Anita got some odds and ends done and wrote a sentence. Huzzah! Huzzah! Yay for a sentence. Mandy got 2 scenes revised. Right now, she's just going through the suggestions and not doing other edits. You're approaching query time, so you're gonna go. You're gonna try to get this traditionally published. That's so exciting. Kelly got to page 310 out of 413 in The Weight of Blood. What genre book is that, Kelly? Mandy says, I'm happy to just find my own next stream if others aren't going to raid. Daniela over on YouTube says, I started working on the project. It's my first audio transcription, and it's tricky because people are talking over each other. Yeah, that is tricky, for sure. Good luck. Fingers crossed. Let me know, people on Twitch, if you want to raid or if you're just going to take off. Thank you, Mandy, for volunteering to find your own people. I usually love raiding, but I'm still so overwhelmed. Oh, that's the one that's a Carrie retelling. We were talking about that last week, I remember. I think it was last week on your stream. So that sounds fun. I love that there's a retelling of a Stephen King book. Like it's a fucking fairy tale. I love it. It makes my heart happy. I wonder if he knows. I wonder if he knows there's a Carrie retelling. Oh, I want to share my pin with y'all. I shared it with folks yesterday. Gen X, we don't care. We don't care. For real, we don't care. All right. Let's see. Daniela says, the Twitch terminology is a bit hilarious for someone who doesn't know anything about Twitch. Well, raiding is when you basically, the streamer can go to another streamer and bring all of their audience there, and leave them with another streamer. So, you know, it can keep people engaged. So that's what raiding is if you don't know what it is. Anita says, I've given up on this day, so whatever you decide is fine. I have the power. Mandy says, I've got contacts 3 medium to small presses who've told me to send it when it's ready, so I'll start there. Yay. Well, definitely, if you get offered a contract, definitely read the contract over very closely. And do your research on the presses. Definitely do searches on the internet for any problematic behavior. And you're always welcome to post a link in, or, you know, post a question in TWT. Um, and if you want somebody to look over the contract, obviously I'm not a lawyer, but I've dealt with contracts in publishing of all different stripes. So I'm happy to look it over for you if you'd like. No obligation. Kelly says that about sums us up. Okay, so this last sprint, I am going to finish up reading this scene and doing a couple little edits on it. Then I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to switch over to the story. What are you doing? To the story that I'm supposed to be beta reading. She must be itchy. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry. I was looking at old lady cat. Mandy says I will definitely take you up on that. Good, excellent. All right. Shall we get going? Oh, look, there's our Discord link. Okay, so Anita doesn't seem to care either way in terms of a raid. Mandy has said she will go find someone else if I don't raid, and nobody else has chimed in over on Twitch. So we're probably just going to shut it down instead of raiding. All right, but for now, we have one more sprint. 20 minutes. Let's go, y'all. I'm going to go off camera for a couple minutes because I just realized I forgot to give my cat her thyroid meds. It's a new thing, so I forgot. So I'm going to run down and get that and then give her meds. All right, so I'll be off camera for the first couple minutes. All right, y'all ready? And this all strong, man. We're going to do it. Here we go. All right, y'all, that's it. That was the end of the stream. Last sprint. How did you do? So I did manage to get the cat's meds on her ears. I also gave her more food, which she didn't eat, and then I brought the food upstairs and she ate a little bit. So I don't know what's going on. She won't eat any of the food that I know she likes, so she's weird. But she's also super weird. There was a particular flavor that she wouldn't touch for months. Like, months. And then, like, about a month ago, it was all she would eat. And now she won't eat it anymore. Like, literally, it was all she would eat. She's so weird. All right. Daniela says, thank you for sprints. They helped. Yay! They helped me, too. I actually did get through the remainder of what I'd already written. And in that read through, I did about a total of about 250 new words. So I'll start later on today. I'll start on the next scene. So yeah. So huzzah, go us. Anita said, wrote some in her Flash story, created a scary scarecrow. I feel like that's redundant. I think most scarecrows are scary. Now I have to decide what to do with him. Hang on. Mandy says, thyroid stuff affected Isis's hunger and taste. Yeah, I suspect that has to do with it. Her levels were super high. Like 300 times what it should have been. Like 3 times what it should have been, rather. Not 300 times. 300%. Or 3 times the high level. So I got through 3 more scenes, Mandy says. I could definitely tell that I put extra polish on the first chapter. That's always nice to recognize, but it also makes you realize how much work you have to do on the remaining chapters, which can be exhausting, but still, you know, fun. You're moving forward, so that's the important bit. All right, continue to check in. I'm going to go over the events of the coming week as I know them. But first, I'm going to get to today, because I was in May for making... so I made my mom's CT appointment, and it is on my birthday. So that'll be fun. And when I told her, I said, it's on my birthday. It's, you know, this day at this time. And she's like, oh, Don's birthday. My stepdad. And I'm like, no, I literally just told you that's my birthday. His birthday was the 8th. My birthday is on the 12th, and his birthday is on the 8th. Was on the 8th. So, okay, anyway. The events of the coming week as I know them. Tomorrow we'll be here again at the usual time of noon. Noon until 3, or, you know, maybe later, depending on how I feel. Then at 7 p.m., Amelia has her 30-minute writing sprint. She goes from 7 until 9. These are all Eastern time, by the way. Friday at 1 p.m., I host our Zoom co-working. We go from 1 till 2:30. Then at 7 p.m., Amelia hosts her writing sprints again from 7 till 9. On Saturday at 11 a.m., James hosts the Saturday Discord sprints. In the Discord, you pop into the voice channel of the sprinting section, and he'll be there waiting. 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Saturday. On Sunday at 10 a.m., we have Sunday morning write-in with Lisa Raby. She goes from 10 a.m. until noon. Then at 7 p.m. on Sunday, we have our usual Zoom chat. This is a writerly discussion we do on a topic that the Facebook folks vote on during the course of the week. That event is up. I was a little late getting it up because, like I said, Monday was insane, but I did get it up yesterday. So please go in. We've already got a bunch of votes in there, so please pop into the event, to the post or the event. And inside the event is a post where you can vote on the topic or topics of your choice. You can also suggest a new topic if you have one you would like us to discuss. So that meeting is at 7 p.m. on Sunday evening. We go till about 8:30. Then we don't have anything on Monday because, remember, Joe is doing his sprints and meditation every other week. So this week he's not on. But on Tuesday, we have 7 p.m. We have writing sprints with Amelia again. She goes from 7 till 9. And that brings us back around to next Wednesday, where we'll be doing this again. Let's see. And Daniela sprints every Tuesday 3 a.m. until noon Eastern. That is a long time, friend. If you join the Facebook group and you want to make an event in the Facebook group for that, because that would actually probably help Sophia out over on Twitch. She's on Twitch, but she can come to YouTube. But she is in Sweden, so she is also on hours closer to yours than to mine. So she may find that useful as well. So if you decide that you want to join the Facebook group, let me put the link in there. Hello, I can type. And then if you want to put the link in there, if you'd prefer to join the Discord, that's okay too. Well, sometimes not that long, but at least usually 4 hours. Well, that's more that's way longer, like 9 hours. So maybe you didn't mean 3 a.m. until noon. Maybe you meant 3 a.m. until 6, maybe? I'm not sure. So yeah, so if you want to join the Facebook group, you can put an event up in the event section. Any group member can do that. Or if you do prefer the Discord, hello, come on, I typed it. Thank you. Or if you'd prefer the Discord, if you like send me a message in the Discord, I'll put it on the Google Calendar. I'll put it on the Google Calendar if you do it in Facebook too. So yeah. All right. Oh wait, did that not go through? Did the Discord not go through? Facebook went through. Why didn't Discord go through? The Discord went through on Twitch, but not on YouTube. Why? I'm not sure. Send me a message if you want it, and I'll send it to you. Okay. So those are the events. Thank y'all for joining me today. I always appreciate having you guys here with me. You guys don't realize maybe how much you actually inspire me to get my shit done. Also, I feel the social pressure of there are people watching me, and if I don't get my shit done, they're going to call me on it, which also is helpful. So anyway, we'll be back here at noon tomorrow on both YouTube and Twitch. And we'll see you guys later. Bye. Oops, that's the wrong button. I hit the wrong button, y'all. There we go. Now we're going by. Bye.